Of the open.
Not afraid of going to that
Oh,
region?
no, nothing.
No?
I'm going every year for years.
Yeah.
I was in the Sinai Desert. We do lots of work other than having students and satsang.
Helping people.
Living. No, opening portals.
Ah.
It was amazing. We found a portal, me and another student. She's the same team. The year before, and I was fascinated. It was not by coincidence, because I wanted to go into the Sinai Desert, and then my Egyptian student Savitur, Essam Savitur, he has now a spiritual name. He can tell his fellow Muslims, I have now another name, and my name is Savitur. They all love it. In Holland, you have to be very careful. I mean, we have such a strange idea about these Muslims.
The Islam.
Yeah. Or the Islam. But good. I'm meeting kind people. Let's see, that's my experience. So the year after, we went with many people. And the Bedouins there made I said, I'd like to have a dinner. So they make a prepared dinner, barbecue, we have carpets, and we can sing, and we have these little, the candles in the mountains. Sinai is a lot of mountains too. Mm-hmm. And this canyon there. And the end of that canyon, there is a portal. And I said, we start with a light ritual, arati, it's called arati. And I had some ashes of a friend that died with me, brought from the United States. We nearly imprisoned because they thought it was cocaine. Oh. Of course. I mean, they opened it. They said, what is that? I said, that's my friend in ashes.
He said, yeah, right.
And then they opened it, and this, oh my God, it was fun. But I got through. And then this portal opened, and it was exactly the moment that the revolution started.
Ah.
It was very powerful.
Yeah.
Very powerful. I mean, I can sometimes hardly keep this body into this form.
So much
energy, Shakti, multiversal.
Yeah.
And nothing to do with little things. The earth is shifting. Sophia, Mother Earth, is freeing herself.
Yeah.
That's a complete different subject, but that's more even in Lila, in the play in consciousness, is fascinating.
Yeah.
That's fascinating for me. And I introduce my students highly into this knowledge, into this wisdom. Very aware.
Maybe we can talk about this in another interview, if you because we're almost running out of tape.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Any famous last words you want to say to people who are watching this or listening to this and maybe are still seeking for that ultimate truth, that one thing, that the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? What would you like to say?
Dare to be yourself, which is not difficult, because it's just what you are. And dare to change. If you don't like something, dare to change it, and no matter what others might think.
Okay.
That's my message.
Thank you very much. Jivanjali. Our guest today for Advaita TV, Maria Johanna. Do I pronounce your name right?
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
You live in Amsterdam?
Yeah.
You're originally from the north of the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
You're now 31 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And can you tell us something about how spirituality came into your life?
Yeah. I always had a very big curiosity about life, about personal development, but also about spirituality. I don't know why, but there was just a curiosity. I didn't understand anything about it. And the big change came when I did my first ayahuasca experience. Then I discovered the awakening.
Can you remember something from your childhood? Maybe at a certain age you had a glimpse of this?
Actually not.
No?
No, my memory from my childhood is very little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that maybe one of the effects of you doing the ceremonies, that you clean up your past?
Yeah. It's oftentimes that people will go back to childhood or before their childhood, so they go back to the womb of their mother, or even before, and they experience the moment of conception again. But for my personal journeys, because I've done quite many, it's not really about my childhood. No.
What is it about then?
More collective messages about the awakening process on Earth. It's so diverse what you can experience in ayahuasca. We are immediately at this subject, but it's so much, but it's not about my childhood, in my case.
No. For a lot of people, they go in search for spirituality, ayahuasca, certain other things, because they have a sense of that there's something missing in their life.
Yeah, that was exactly my point. I felt a missing feeling inside myself. I felt incomplete, and I couldn't understand why. So, what we say in ayahuasca world is, she will call you. We talk about the spirit of ayahuasca as Mother Ayahuasca, and she will call you. So when you feel this calling, you better listen. And I had no choice. It was just, I discovered that ayahuasca existed, and I was there. And that was the moment that I discovered myself. And I think this is where it's all about, to discover who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But that's so beyond words. Yeah.
So it's not discovering what your passion is.
No, I mean, as a human being, of course you want to know what's your passion, why am I here, what's my mission on earth. So that's of course an important question.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I first had to discover who I am. And the moment I discovered who I am, everything changed. So also my path, also my mission, everything changed.
Yeah. Let's say the old version of you. Was she a kind of party girl who went out every weekend searching for maybe love, excitement, attention?
I love to go out.
Still?
Sometimes, yeah. I always loved to, and still I love to make new connections. So going out was for me meeting new people, different people. I like people who are different, or a variation of people. So I always love to be in the middle of people. And if you talk about the old and the new, I still love that, but on a different way or a different level. I like to connect on a deeper level, and I would say more peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maria Joanna, it's your original name, but it's not the name you used, let's say, the first 25 years of your life.
Yeah, this was until I was 29 that I changed my name to my original birth names.
Yeah.
So I had a calling name, and that's Mariette in Dutch. And this is funny because actually I discovered when I was in India that this name comes from India. I thought it was French, but that's another story. So I had this calling name, and how I experienced this journey from changing my name was first the ayahuasca, discovering who I am, and then this was so big for me, this happening, that I asked help. I asked for help, and I was really in my house, and I thought, okay, everything needs to change, but I don't know how. I don't know what steps I need to take, because I just published my book, and I was proud, kind of, about my book, and I was speaking to big groups, but I knew from inside I had to change my path. So I said, God, please help me. I was really putting, look, I give up. I don't know what to do. Please help me. I need help. And then a man received my name in meditation, and he sent a message on Facebook like, I don't know why, but I received your name, and would you like to learn to meditate and to have inner journeys without ayahuasca? And so it was as if I received a calling on my calling name, and in the first meditation that we did, and I traveled inside my soul, I could hear my inner voice speaking to me, and she called me Maria, and I saw visions of that. And then I said, like, actually Maria is my real name. It's my real name. And I was so enthusiastic. Yeah, that's my real name. Not realizing that I could really change my name.
Yeah. And you did.
Yes. Yeah. It took a while. So I was doing inner journeys every day in silence, and it was very visual for me.
What did you see?
Heaven.
Heaven. Wow.
Kind of. Yeah. And but also I had to learn to read my inner language. So the visions were telling me stories, and I had to learn for myself what these visions meant, what they wanted to tell me.
Yeah.
So what blockage did I have, and what I had to change, and what my path is. So the vision showed me that, and I was writing this down every day, and that man was my mentor for a while. And then I did an ayahuasca again. And my second name, Joanna, is from my grandmother. Mm-hmm. So I met my grandmother in my ayahuasca, who I never met on earth because she died already before I had a conversation with her. That's why I also love to carry this name. It's my second name on my passport. But it was very clear to me that I had to carry the name Maria. And I had no other choice, only my ego, because oftentimes egos don't like to change. Mm-hmm. And especially not something that you identify with so much. Yeah. Because we identify, of course, with our name. I mean, it's very logical in our society. Like, who are you? And you say, I'm Maria. So
you had a lot invested in this old name.
Yeah, even my book, of course. It was also published on that name.
Yeah.
And
because you were some kind of motivation guru, like Anthony Robbins, or in your past life.
Yeah, past life. Yeah. And I also had a Facebook page, and I thought I will call it Marietta because that will never change. Yeah. My path will change, but my name will never. Yeah. That was really a conscious thought,
but it did.
You never know.
No.
Yeah.
And how does that feel to change your name? Does it feel like a blank sheet of paper again?
I felt like it was coming out of the closet, like this is
who I am. Really?
So the first steps I did was, first I was creating a new website on my old name, behind the scenes, and then I said to the agency, because they said your name is too long for the logo, it doesn't fit, it's very practical, and I said, oh, just change it to Maria. And I said, Maria, yeah, that's my real name. And then I said, but I don't want to use my surname because it's so Dutch, and I have international ambitions. I feel that. So just use Maria Joanna, my second name. Yeah. So it was first very practical, and then I had to do this on my Facebook. That's what we use now, of course. And that was a big step. I was very emotional. Like, I know I need to do this, but I'm scared.
Of the reactions of people.
Yeah, I thought maybe people would think that I'm crazy. And it's also a name Maria, like
Christian?
Yeah, Christian or
Where's Jesus, Maria?
yeah. But when I put it into action, I had a lot of fun with it. I was totally not expecting this.
Yeah.
But I thought, when people think you are crazy, that's exactly where I set myself free. Because if people think you are crazy...
You can do anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's nothing negative for you. Let people think what...
Yeah, I did not know that, but I discovered that.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's very freeing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and suddenly the environment gave you positive feedback? For example, your father?
Not everyone. No, definitely not. Definitely not. I think especially people who know me from childhood or from a younger age that I'm not really connected with anymore. But they really thought like, she's crazy. Yeah. So people came to my sisters or to my parents like, oh, she used to be so nice. And now she's like,
flying in the sky.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But very soon after I made the decision, I got more clarity. For me, it was okay when it's like, how do you call that game? That when you switch one, then everything is
Domino.
Yes. It was like that effect. So I changed my name and everything clicked.
Yeah.
Because I had already another journey. Like, I don't know where I have to be on earth. I felt I had to leave Amsterdam, but I had no idea where to go. And then the clarity came that I had to go to Bali. So right after I changed my name, like 3 weeks later or something, or very soon I went to Bali and I felt so home there. And I also loved it.
Is this an advice you want to give to our viewers and to me? Change your name?
No, it's just, it has to come from inside. Every change has to come from inside.
So it's no blueprint for awakening. Change your name.
Oh no!
Go to Bali, do ayahuasca.
No.
You know, as a searcher, you know that you're still looking for ways to reach something.
I would say, because I also went to India, it's also a spiritual place. It was also not from my head to go to India. It was also vision that I received, visions, information that I received by going inside. So if I would recommend one thing is go inside, listen to your inner voice. And it can be India, it can be Bali, it can be just home, or actually home, of course, is inside.
Yeah.
But I think many spiritual seekers, there is a part that they will do journeys for gurus or whatever. Yeah.
How do I know the difference if something comes from that inner voice, or it's just mental that tells me, well, that would look good on your resume, go to India, shave your head, use another name? How do you know? How do you tell the difference?
For me, it's a feeling. It's just I feel, but I can also create something out of enthusiasm. It's also nothing wrong about it. So I also think, don't take it too serious. You cannot make a mistake. Just follow, what is it, like follow your bliss. Whatever makes you happy, follow that path. That's exactly what we said before this interview. Success is not the way to happiness, but happiness is the road to success.
Yeah.
Do what you love and you will be successful.
Yeah.
So,
and if we go a little more into that, is that because it gets a certain quality when you do it, if you love it?
Yeah.
I can imagine, Maria, when I have a lunchroom, I serve little sandwiches to people. And I make them with love. I love making sandwiches for people. People can actually taste that it's made with love. So people from all over town come to my lunchroom because they know there's someone making sandwiches out of love instead of because they have to earn money.
Yeah.
It's something a quality you put into what you do.
And what I also see on this journey is I've been doing what I love, but it's all the time changing. So you all the time reach a new level. So it's not like, for example, now I do the ayahuasca ceremonies. But this is also not a road that this will be...
Forever.
Yeah, we don't know.
No.
But I also do retreats.
Mm-hmm.
And I did my first at Bali, and then now on Ibiza. I did seminars before, and now I changed it to the satsangs.
Mm-hmm.
I just try. I love to try. I think it's important to not take it too serious and to be playful and be creative. Like, okay, I love to make a video. Let's just create a video and don't be too serious or too much in the details. Just do it. Play, make it playful.
Yeah. But still, you have to earn money.
Yes.
And sometimes something that you do gives you a good steady income, and you know that you're not loving it that much.
Yeah.
You think, well, let's just do that in the day hours, so I can do in the evening hours what I really love to do.
I've done that. Okay, I can talk about it. I've done that. I would not really recommend that. Because for me, the change came when I quit doing the other thing for the money. Then I could race. Mm-hmm. Because I experienced this like, okay, I do this part for money, but it costs me energy. Yeah. And every time I'm doing that, it's like, oh, I want to do the other thing.
Yeah.
So it was also difficult for me, and also financially, because that's what the blockage is. But the moment I let go of the security, I could grow in the other. Yeah. And the moment I started Maria Joanna, it just was 3 weeks, and then I could live from it. Yeah. And it was a miracle. I was also kind of not panicking, but I was nervous. Will it work? Will it not work? And I started to learn people to travel inside by guiding with my voice. And I did it on Bali by Skype. So I was on Bali, not knowing if I would make enough money to stay longer, but I planned already to stay longer, so it had to be this way. And in 3 weeks, it was working.
And were you just lucky, or is that something that works for us all?
You have to have faith, yes. You have to trust life, and I sometimes I have too much trust in life. I still have my scarcity, but
what's scarcity?
I always trust very much.
Mm-hmm. You mean you still lack some things?
I'm still, at that moment, I was still nervous. Will it work out? Mm-hmm. But I also felt this happened, and this is the thing. I want to give to the world what happened to me, what helped me. So if something helped for myself, I am sure, I know, and that's very strong because it's my own experience. I know I can give this experience to other people. Yeah. And that's my drive.
Let's talk a little more about ayahuasca. I know for sure that there are some viewers who click this video to learn something about that. Mm-hmm. We did an interview in Dutch before, so maybe I'm going to ask you some things I already asked in Dutch.
Yeah.
What is ayahuasca and why is it so helpful?
Yeah. I almost want to say, but it's not from my head, like it's the source of life. It's this just came to me, this word, but it's a medicine for your soul. This is how we explain this. And it's really a medicine. So it's from plants, from the Amazons. When you cook these two plants together, you get ayahuasca. So it's a marriage between two plants. It's
natural.
It's natural.
Yeah. And it was founded by people in the woods.
The shamans. It's how I received it. I don't know if it's true. They just received it from a dream.
You have to do this.
Yeah, but because I have this experience myself so much that I receive a name or I can channel information, that's why I believe it will. Yeah, or there are more medicines in nature, like mushrooms, for example. Yeah. So it will be. It's just a discovery from the shamans. Yeah. To mix these plants, and what it does, because you have these two plants. One plant is the male inhibitor, and that's what it does. It stills the enzymes in your stomach for a while, so it's just temporary. Mm-hmm. And because of that, the other plant with the DMT can do the work. And DMT is...
It's called the spirit molecule.
Yeah, the spirit molecule, yeah. So when that's activated in your pineal gland, you make a deep inner journey, or you can say it's almost as if you're creating a near-death experience. The DMT makes it possible to travel inside. But another thing from the yogis, for example, in India, is their goal that the body produces DMT by nature, and that they can travel there by nature. So it is a potential inside of us. Only now you activate this potential very fast, and you get what you need to heal yourself. To come back to your essence, who you really are.
And when you say inner journey, do I travel to my mind, to my memories? Where do I travel to?
How can I explain that? Where is it? It's just an inner journey. Your mind is there.
What comes up?
Yeah, that's so diverse. It can be, for me it's always very visual, but it's not for everyone. It can also be thinking patterns. So your mind is all the time playing a role in the journey. Mm-hmm. And you see your thinking pattern, it's a confrontation with, it's a fight with yourself. Many people have a fight with themselves, and they have to go through this fight. And then most times it's like, oh, there's heaven. Oh, this is who I am. But this fight can take hours, sometimes even their whole journey. But most of the times it's a fight, and then they go to their essence. But it's so diverse, so it can be also very physical, that they have to throw up all the time, or have to go to the toilet, or have to cry all the time. They get an operation for their body, they get a whole scan, and everything needs to be scanned and healed. They can travel in their bodies, so their organs have to be healed. It's so diverse, but in general, most of the people experience a visual journey, and sometimes it's visual. Like, what kind of visions are these? Is it like a cartoon, or I just see pictures, but they don't say anything to me? This is oftentimes a start to just get the visions, and then you go deeper and deeper. And every part is actually a learning process also when you're judging what you get, because you get what you need. But if you're judging that and you say, yeah, I want something else, even that is a lesson, because you don't always get what you want, you get what you need in this journey. And sometimes it's both, or most of the times it's way more than I can ever imagine.
Yeah. And is it mostly painful?
Oh, this is funny, because yesterday my sister was in the ceremony, and she said she was nervous, and she said, I just see it as if I have to give birth, like she had with her children, and only without pain. But this was it was not a pain, but it was discomfort. She was uncomfortable because she had to throw up, but she did not want it. So she was struggling for 4.5 hours, I guess. And the moment she did that, so it's also to surrender to life. That was the whole lesson, surrender. But this is so difficult for us human beings when we have our strong mind. The moment she surrendered, then she found herself, she found gratitude and love, deep, deep love. And that went on a long time.
Yeah?
Yeah, she thought, okay, now I know, I can be happy with myself, everything is fine.
Let's go home.
But it went on and went on and went on. And so it really had to go into her system. Like, be happy with yourself. Be happy with who you are. Be proud of your life. Mm-hmm. And it went on, because I explained this as if you get new software. Ah. So you have software, but there's a virus inside yourself from your mind. And this virus has to be removed. And this is what ayahuasca does.
You get a reset.
A reset, an upgrade from your software. Ah. So it's not just a lesson that someone speaks to you. Mm-hmm. It's from inside. And then, still, after the ceremony, it starts, of course.
What starts?
there the implementation starts. So the ceremony will change you. But for example, I discovered I had to change my name, but I was not doing it immediately. And then I felt frustration. I felt restless feelings.
It started bugging you.
Yeah, because I knew I had to do this. And when you don't take the steps, it's not healing.
No.
No.
So there has to be a willingness to listen and to act on it.
Yeah.
There are some critics who say, well, life does this for you, but on a very more slow pace.
Yeah.
And that ayahuasca is like a speed up. It's like a
shortcut.
Yeah.
For me, it was definitely.
Yeah. Maybe you would found out at 40 or 50, and now you found out at age 29, 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it gives you a distance. How do you call it? Voorsprong in Nederlands.
Oh, it's a shortcut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would really call it a shortcut. But you have to be willing to take this step.
Yeah. Still, there have to be some risks. That's me, the devil on my shoulder that says, what are the risks of using or doing the ceremony, using ayahuasca? Can it come too soon or too heavy?
It can be heavy.
Yeah.
But is it too heavy? It can be heavy.
Yeah.
You don't get more than that you can
handle.
Carry, that you can handle. So it can be heavy. It can be, it's not always that you feel like heaven afterwards. It can be so confronting, or it can be scary, or you see people in fear or hell. Afterwards they say, I'm grateful. And sometimes people need some extra care afterwards. But is that wrong? Yeah, it's. I would say it's. Yeah.
Do you have to be a daredevil to do it?
Only thing is that you just need to feel. If you feel a calling, if you feel an affection, just take the step. Because so many people said, "Oh, I wish I would have done this before." But I'm so positive. Of course, I'm so positive, but I work with it. I see such a beautiful thing. So, because I see even more and more beauty, I cannot stop spreading the word. Because I want everyone to be more happy and more healthy from inside.
And is this a hype, or do you think in 20 years people...
Definitely. I cannot imagine that it would be not. I hope it will be more common. Yeah.
Because you don't hear that much about it on Dutch TV, for example.
No, I would love that the media would speak more about this. Yeah,
Why is that?
I think it's important. It's the media has a different. It has not always the intention to wake people up. Sometimes the media has more intentions to
scare
people scare people or keep people asleep. So this is the awakening, and it's in a collective. It's a collective process. So there will be a time that media will speak more about this. But we create our own media now.
Yeah.
So we can speak up ourselves, and I think it's very important.
Yeah. There's also some videos on YouTube where you talk to people who did a ceremony with you. Is there any in particular that stayed with you that you thought, well, it's a crazy, beautiful story?
Carla. Oh, actually all, but Carla is now in our team. So she works in our team. Ayla, she's my friend now. I hope she will be in our team one day.
What did you see in them? What did you see changing?
It's just, I just feel it. So now I just feel.
What do you feel? Love.
Oh no, it's just something beyond. I don't know how to make this concrete, or it's just like Carla, for example, she had a job and she did it because she had a divorce. She had to heal her heart, and she discovered first that she had her heart was from stone. But if you have a heart from stone, it can break.
Mhm.
But the moment her heart broke, there was another heart, and that heart was soft. But when you have a soft heart, it can never break, and there's place enough. So her heart softened and opened also.
Yeah.
That was really beautiful. But now she was not happy in her work, and every time she's in our ceremony, she's working the ceremony, this is really so her path, and she's so amazing in the ceremonies. But at the moment she has to work in the office, she's so tired.
Yeah.
She cannot do it anymore, and her energy dies. And when she's in the ceremonies, her energy is alive.
Yeah.
Ela also quit her work. She's also going into another path with helping. She's spreading the word by just the way she lives. They all. I have another video with Susan. I'm also still connected with her.
They're in Dutch, the videos?
Yes, they're all in Dutch. I hope I will publish it with subtitles soon. With Susan, so many things happened in her life. I don't know if she likes it if I share that, but
Yeah, maybe the interview you do with her sometime again in English.
yeah, but many things changed.
Can we find anything in English on?
This is funny because I made a video. Actually, I also made a video behind the scenes when I was in Bali about my ayahuasca experience, also in English.
Mhm.
But I thought, I don't know if I want to share this. So I shared it on YouTube, my English experience with ayahuasca, when I was not doing the ceremonies myself yet, when I was not organizing it myself. So I have an English video, and I also made one, but I never shared it. It's behind the scenes on YouTube, how ayahuasca changed my life.
Oh.
So I need to publish this maybe.
Yeah. Any books you're writing?
Yeah, but it's not so far yet.
Okay.
No.
A lazy writer.
No, it's just I need to first take some other steps. Yeah, but I feel this calling, yes. Yeah.
You told me something when the camera was off that you're planning to visit the rediscovered or used
This is just a
ayahuasca.
newborn feeling that I would love to go to the south of America to learn more about ayahuasca. And this is what I mean, like I'm doing the ceremonies right now. It's amazing, it's beautiful, but it feels like I need to go deeper. I need to go to where ayahuasca comes from. It's not that I have a hope, it's just a feeling, it's a calling that I have to go there. So there's
You don't know if you're going to find anything.
It's not even, I don't have a
Goal.
It comes from a feeling, so it's not that I put a goal on paper.
Mhm.
It's just I feel I would love to go there, and this feeling is just born from this week, since a couple of days. Yeah.
And how come you trust your feelings so much?
For me, there's no other way. Yeah, there's no other way. Maybe the best thing is to compare with love life. In love life, you cannot be with someone if you don't love this person, if you don't have a feeling. So the feeling makes that you want to be with someone. Yeah.
Yeah, you maybe know the saying, women can fake an orgasm, men can fake a whole relationship. Is that something that is maybe for us men, that sometimes we get very rational. We think, well, she cooks very nice, she cleans the house, she's the mother of my children. You know what I mean?
I just feel like my energy would be dying if I would be with a man.
Practical.
Yeah.
But maybe that's an advice also you can give to. You said get out of your job, but also get out of your relationship.
Yeah. Sometimes I also wonder myself, like, I think for a long time or to all these long-term things. I love the idea, but I see how my heart has been made so far is that everything is changing all the time.
Yeah.
And maybe it will happen to me that I will have a long-lasting relationship or whatever. And I have, friendships who are long-lasting. But I don't know. It's not that I want to hold on to something because it's in my head. It's from my idea in my head that it should be like that.
Yeah. You're not searching for something to complete you. You're already complete.
But to have this feeling, I have to keep on going inside. It's not just, yes, yeah. So I'm inside to feel myself complete.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have a period when I am not going inside, I feel a difference.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then you start seeking things in the world again, grasping.
More, yeah, I see that, yeah. So I do a lot of reflection because I love writing, so I see that, yeah.
You have a diary?
Oh, I have so many.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have so many.
And share something with us. What do you tell your diary?
I write everything down. I write everything down. And now I just started vlogging and I love that so much because that's an amazing reflection. So I just film my life, but I did not know that, but now that I'm doing it, it's an amazing way to do reflection.
Because you watch it back?
Yeah, because now I have someone who's editing my videos. So then I receive the videos after, so I send everything, then he makes the video, and then I'm watching my own vlog and I'm all the time laughing so much. And then I see the reminders. I really love it.
This video is for the website Non-Duality, Advaita TV. You've heard of the concept maybe, Advaita. Let's say one of the things that people tell me in Advaita is that I'm not the body.
Yeah.
How is that for you?
I have those experiences, so I understand the concepts. Mm-hmm. But I also have moments that I body, mm-hmm. Yes.
But you know a difference. You're not only the body.
Mm-hmm.
You know that you are more.
Yes, but in daily life, I experience myself as this avatar. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Avatar of love or being.
Just being.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Another thing which is talked about in Advaita a lot is about the world. The world is an illusion.
Yeah.
It's just a dream.
Yeah.
The only thing that's real is my being here.
Mm-hmm.
How is that for you?
Yeah, this was the discovery for me. I had no knowledge about this. I had never read a book about this or something. So I experienced this in my first ayahuasca. This was the experience. This was the biggest discovery for me on my road in my life. So because I experienced that, and that's something different than studying, I know